on to our 9th Discworld novel, and technically speaking this would be a novelette or a novella, because this is half the length of a regular Discworld novel. This book is only 155 pages, so it's a quick read and enjoyable read. So this book is Eric, which if you check out the cover, it's pretty clear that it's a parody of or satire of Faust, and follows the same storyline basically. What we have here is also a magnificent plot device to get our dear friend Rincewind, the wizard, back onto Discworld. Last time when we said goodbye to our dear friend Rincewind, he was lost within the dungeon dimensions and with no real way to get back. And to Faust, or excuse me, Eric, and the machinations of hell. What amounts to hell on the Discworld. Side note about religion on the Discworld, about the afterlife. Basically, if you believe that you will go to hell, you go to hell. It's that simple. If you believe that you go to heaven, you go to heaven. If you believe that you will reincarnate, you reincarnate. It is really simple on Discworld. Now this is way smaller than most other of the Discworld novels, and I know that I really go into spoilers with the other books, and I do not apologize for that. However, I kind of don't want to spoil too much with Eric, so I will do my best to not go into too much. Like, I'm not gonna tell you 100% like the ending, and I'll do my best. So the title character is a 13 or 14-year-old demonologist, and so far he is the only one that we meet throughout the stories of Discworld. And as with most other 13-14-year-old boys and girls, he's a bit full of it. He is a genius, he is extremely intelligent, has put a lot of work into conjuring a demon, and like with others who are, 13, 14 years old and really smart and know that they're smart, he's a bit full of himself. Which is exactly what the demons are looking for. But due to unforeseen events, our friend Eric does not conjure a demon, he conjures Rincewind. And following that, the Lookouts. So Eric has his 3 wishes, the very typical 3 wishes. He only wishes to be immortal, rule the world, and have the most beautiful woman in the world fall madly in love with him. I mean, the typical stuff. And of course, because this is a parody of Faust, he gets his wishes, but not what he wants. And I just love that. I mean, he does rule the world. He just happens to enter the world at a point, or at a part where there are people who aren't all that happy with them and have full intentions of making their grievances known by cutting out his heart at the end. And he does meet the most beautiful woman of the world, who just happened to be, what was her name? Elena? And she's like the Discworld counterpart of Helen of Helen of Troy, I believe. And yeah, she happened to be, alive thousands of years ago. But it turns out that the most beautiful woman in the world is by that point a lovely looking, plump mother of 8. Because the war between the Ephebians and the Clutchians have been going on for a decade, and I mean, there's only so much mooning and pining a woman can do before she meets someone who she likes and marries and has children with. And the last point, immortality. The Wisp takes it out of face value, because how he phrases that wish is that he wants to live forever. But in order to live forever, you kind of have to start at the beginning, which is exactly what where they happen. But an interesting side effect of that is that they meet the creator of the Discworld, who is a really rather pleasant, middle-aged looking human man. I say it in quotation marks because he technically isn't a human, but they definitely perceive him as a human. And I mean, he is nice. He does conjure up a sandwich for Reinstein because Reinstein got hungry. If only there had been mayonnaise in that sandwich, then maybe life that developed in Discworld would have been a little creamier. And throughout this story is a red line of the demons, because there is a new demon king and he isn't too happy that Reinstein took the prize, even though Reinstein wasn't the one who chose to be bound by Eric to do all the wish fulfillment, because there are machinations in hell that the king isn't aware of. Because they're demons, they're gonna stab each other in the back. So the king of hell has been following them and trying to find them because he's pissed at Reinstein. Trust Reinstein to make enemies everywhere he goes, even though he isn't even trying to do so. It's a talent, I swear. And just like Foss, they do end up in hell. The thing is about hell by this point is more bureaucracy. It's more by the book. It is memos and meetings and the wonderful, brainless, mindless drudgery of modern day life is literal hell. I really don't want to spoil the ending. I do love this book. I did see that on Goodreads back in 2014. I gave it like 3 stars, and I actually wrote a review, because I generally don't do. Maybe I should, but I don't. And I don't quite like. I do agree with what I said in that short review, but I have edited by now because like I said, I originally gave this book 3 stars. But for me now in 2022, it's a 4-star because I understand more of the backstory of the source material and what he was actually doing in the story. I understand the parody and the satire a little bit more. I do understand better. So my review kinda, like it was back then, kinda doesn't hold up to what I understand now. So yeah, this is my unusually short review of the shortest Discworld novel, Eric. Next story up is going to be the 10th, Moving Pictures. Hopefully I will see you then. Okay, until then, take care. Bless bless.